Hey guys, it's Major Miners here, bringing you a commentary on a little known game called Awesomenauts. You might have heard of this before. It's been on arcade recently and it's going for 800 Microsoft points, I believe. This game is essentially League of Legends, but with guns, with slightly less characters, well, with quite a lot less characters. But it's really goddamn fun. Essentially, you're just going to the opposite side of the map and attempting to destroy their generator. You get special abilities, and as you can see in the bottom center of the HUD, there's 107 coins. You essentially get more coins as you go on for killing people, for destroying enemy turrets, and just in general, it accumulates over time. And the more coins you'll get, you're able to buy more upgrades for your characters. Each character has its own specific upgrades, abilities, and etc. I am playing as Clunk. Clunk has been my favourite character throughout. It's just got really cool special abilities such as Vampiric Bite, which basically, you know, bites the enemy and takes a big chunk of their health. And when you upgrade that, you can make it so that it gives it upgrades your maximum health and gives you a lot more health. So that's really cool. But this game essentially is it's League of Legends with slightly less tactical elements and slightly more combat elements. You know, it's more, you're rewarded more for good combat in this game, whereas in League of Legends it kind of doesn't really have that. It kind of is. It's more about picking spells at the right time, whereas this you know, adds in the element of gunplay. You know, you've got to aim your gun, you've got to jump and shoot at the same time. And essentially I really like this game. I like this game more than League of Legends, surprisingly. League of Legends never really called out to me because, like I said, it's more about the tactical element of the gameplay, and that's never been something that's really appealed to me. Whereas on this game it's more about, you know, the tactical element is definitely there, and you've got to know to push at the right times, and you've got to know to retreat at the right times. And this game, for me, when I first started playing, I was getting obliterated. And this is essentially the first and only commentary game I've gotten so far. I only go 4-0, but we completely dominate the other team. We managed to finish it up pretty quickly. There's two players on the other team that are fucking terrible, and my friend somehow randomly got on the opposite team as well, and he's trying to carry his team, but he's not. It's kind of near impossible to make that team succeed because they're fucking terrible. So as you can see, I'm teleporting back to my own team. I choose to buy upgrades. You essentially, there's different upgrades for each characters, and you can choose from a range of upgrades that you're allowed to use. Because as you can see, there was only 3 in each line, and those 3 are interchangeable with other upgrades. So essentially, you know, with Clunk you get stuff like increase the amount of health you get from Vampiric Bite, increase the amount of damage you do, Ensnare, which basically ensnares people in the spot with the Vampiric Bite, and then increase your maximum health. As you can see, the ability I did there was Suicide. Well, it's not really suicide, it's just self-destruct, but it doesn't kill you. It just does quite a lot of damage. It does like double damage to the opponent that it does to you, and it's really good for finishing off players. What I like to do is I like to do a combination of Vampiric Bite with Ensnare, which basically traps them in space, and then I use Suicide, and then try and self-destruct with them, and it's just really funny to do it. And when you get people on low health, they start running away, and it's so fun chasing them down with your own teammates. But yeah, League of Legends is a really good game, and it's got a lot more depth to this, whereas this game, I don't know, it's a lot more enjoyable for me. It's a lot more casual. You don't really feel angry about when you lose, because, you know, it's usually just down to your team, and it's just a lot more playful. There's a really good sense of humour to this game. I really like the graphic style. It's all cartoony and just fun, and the music in this game is also really cool. And just all in all, this is kind of my calm down game. It's kind of become my fucking, if I'm getting, you know, really annoyed with Gears of War 3 or really annoyed with Halo Reach, I'll just calm down, you know, come on this and just unwind for a little while. But there are some really good players on this game. This player doesn't have that huge a community. It's got a bigger community on the PC side of things, which is a really big shame because I think a lot of people would enjoy this game if they gave it a chance. Granted, it is quite hard to get the hang of at first. It's quite hard to learn, you know, the maps, the strategies, when is the right time to retreat, whose abilities are what. For instance, you know, a lot of characters outmatch other characters. Like, for example, I find that Froggy G, who's another character, he's really speedy and he has really good damage per second. And a character like that really outclasses my character. Whereas, as you can see, there's a character who's an assassin, some French, I can't think of what the creature is. It looks like a, I don't know what to call it, but it's kind of, it has really low health and it doesn't do that much damage. It's more about stealth attacks, so Clunk is really quite good against that character. And it's kind of like, it's sometimes like a rock, paper, scissors scenario. You know, one person's going to beat one person and another might beat another. And the value of teamwork cannot be placed at a higher. The value of teamwork is so significant in this game, and I also find that, I mean, my strategy in this game really is just to stay out in the battlefield for as long as possible, no matter how low my health gets, and just retreat only when it's completely necessary, and then just go back and buy as much stuff as I can. And Clunk is really good for that because of his vampiric bite, because, you know, if someone's chasing him, he can just turn around, bite them, and then keep them in place, and then run away, and he gets that bit of added health. So, yeah, it's just a really good character. It's definitely the character that I enjoy most in this game so far. I'm going to try Froggy G out next, because Froggy G, I have been completely decimated by him some games, and I mean destroyed. But as you can see, we've made it to the other team's generator, and we're getting close to destroy them. It's definitely one of the fucking easiest games I've had on this, on Awesomenauts so far. This team just didn't seem to know what the fuck was going on. But it definitely doesn't always go my way on this, because sometimes, because there's quite a small community, you'll just end up going against people who are in like the top 20 in the world, and they will just fucking rape you. But anyway, I would advise anyone to go and get this game. I mean, you know, League of Legends is free, but I still think this game is really good value for money. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the commentary. I will see you guys later.